Let's move on. Who'd you talk to this week?
We talked to Temple linebacker Taurean York, one of my personal favorites. He's a guy who started as a freshman. And this is an impressive feat at Temple because they have a lot of hard-hitting type dudes in their program, right? Mm-hmm. And he played inside linebacker, one of the most important positions on the field. And he's really his recruitment's starting to take off. He recently picked up his first offer from Texas Southern, and he has in-state schools like TCU, Rice, North Texas, and others really banging down his door. And I think with a strong junior season, you'll see him rise up the recruiting charts. Good gentleman, too. Really like talking to him.
Absolutely. Let's hear Powers' conversation with Temple linebacker Taurean York on Texas Football Today.
Greg Powers, TexasFootball.com. And like we do every week, I'm joined by one of the top recruits in the state of Texas. And this week it's Taurean York, man. Thanks for joining me. I know that you're gearing up probably for what is a big season out at Temple. You started as a freshman. Like from the very first minute you stepped on the varsity field, you started to get a little bit of shine out there. What was it like that very first game? Walking out there playing varsity ball and being as young as you were, taking those first reps as a freshman linebacker?
It was really kind of emotional. Really, I'm not an emotional type of person, but it was really just like we were at Kelly Reeves Stadium over there in Round Rock, and we played Cedar Ridge, and it was just crazy. It was like I went from playing on Tuesday nights to playing on the Friday nights in front of 10,000 people. It was just crazy. It was surreal. I just tried to soak it in and just enjoy the most of my freshman season.
You didn't get out there, put it any soft positions either. You see some guys at wide receiver, running back, and that kind of stuff playing as freshmen, but it's very rare to see a linebacker playing. And you wasted, no time in establishing yourself as one of the most ferocious hitters in the state. Do you have to have a certain mentality about you to play that position and come out of the gate strong like that?
Yeah, I think whenever I was at OU, Coach Parker Henry, he was telling us about how in order to play defense, you have to have a different mentality. You have to have a kill mentality. It's things like that. It's a different mindset for sure.
Anybody at that position you look up to, pattern your game after it all? Is there like a linebacker that you really love?
I like Jordan Crook at Duncanville. I talk to him probably like every month or so. Just we don't talk often, but he always just gives me tips, things to work on, things to look out for, and just like a mentality thing again. We just have brief conversations.
I've been in the high school football coverage game now in Texas going on almost 20 years. And there's something about guys who play at Temple. They just have an extra little chip on their shoulder. I don't know what that's about, but it just seems like y'all are bred a little bit tougher. Can you just kind of talk about what it's like playing at Temple and being a part of that football program that has so much history?
I just feel like it's special, man. Like, the blue front white back pants, those will never go away. They've been around since the 40s. So I just feel like the tradition in Temple is big, and we feel like we just have to live up to what the past generations and past teams have done. So I think it's just like an extra chip on our shoulder just for us to work a little harder and just know that we have all eyes on us.
I saw the progression on tape, man, from freshman year to sophomore year, and I can see that you have it on the defensive side of the football. Colleges are starting to pay you attention. But why should they be recruiting you? What do you feel like you're bringing to the table that everybody should be paying attention to?
I just bring that the hard work, just like killer mentality, man. I feel like I'm just the hardest worker when I step in the building. I feel like nobody's gonna outwork me. I feel like I just put all my time into football, man. It's like really it's football or nothing because I'm not good at a lot of other things. So I just feel like I could go all in on football because that's what I'm best at.
Give me a food destination to go through there. I'm on the road all the time, man, and I'm going through Temple quite often. I'm in the area. Is there a place that I got to check out that isn't like one of those chain restaurants, or is there like a special place there that you think is pretty good to try?
I'll say Bird Creek Burgers is downtown, kind of near the high school. I'll say Bird Creek is pretty good.
All right, man. I'll have to give that a try. They got shakes. What are they selling besides the burgers?
Bison burgers.
They have bison burgers. Do they sell shakes?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think they sell shakes.
Craft burgers.
It's just craft burgers, things like that.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out, man. We're big on burgers. Texas Southern stepped up to the plate, gave you your first D1 offer. I know many more are going to be behind that, man. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to watch your tape and see that you're a true football player. But that first one always has to feel special because it's the school that stepped up and really showed you true allegiance. And, for you and your family, I know it had to be a monumental moment to know that, you know what? I'm going to college for free. My family doesn't have to pay for it. I don't have to pay for it. So what did it mean to you that day?
I mean, really just try to soak it all in and appreciate it. It was right before I was gonna go out to dinner, but I mean, it was surreal, man. Just the love I got from all my family and friends, people like that, just showing me the love, just telling me that they believed in me, they knew I knew it was gonna happen, things like that. So I was just proud of myself, but I was just proud of like my dad, my mom, people always push me to be better.
I always enjoy following your Twitter feed too, and I saw that you went to quite a few camps. I mean, the latest one that I saw you tweet about was Ohio State. I know that they're a team that's always in the national championship race. What was it like going up to Columbus and seeing like what a program that's playing at that type of level, competing on that type of level? Does that give you ammunition to say, hey, this is what I got to do to try to get here? And what was it like being in Columbus?
I mean, it was really just like a surreal moment. Like I went up there, just going up there for the experience, to meet the coaches. But like as soon as I got there, I got done my broad jump, and I take it off my cleats, and I get hit by a door. And the person who opened the door is Coach Washington, the linebacker coach. So we talked about it, and then I told him I was from Texas, and like that's something you forget because not a lot of people from Texas go to Ohio State camps. So I immediately stood out from that. And then I just had a great camp. It was probably my best camp yet. It was the day after my birthday, so maybe it was just I don't know, just me turning 16 had something to play with it. I'm not sure, but I went up there. They just brought me back the next day for an unofficial visit. So they've been showing me a lot of love. And I just talked to them probably about 2 weeks ago.
Baylor, another big camp for you. They're a team that competes close to home. What was it like going up there and spending time with Dave Aranda and his coaching staff? I know that they have a very defensive-minded presence as the head coach there. So was it a little bit different getting to go up there and compete for a school that's, they're not always necessarily known for their defense, but it's starting to change now that they have a defensive-minded head coach?
Yes, sir, for sure. I like what Coach Rand is doing up there at Baylor, the person over player mantra he has. I just feel like that resonates with me a lot because he's more concerned about the grades and what type of person you are rather than how good of a football player you are.
Outside of Texas Southern, got that first offer. What schools do you feel like are showing you the most attention? Maybe which one could possibly be next if everything goes right?
Baylor, Rice, and TCU. I haven't really got to talk to them a lot since fall camp started between us and the other schools like that. But I feel like if I have a great year, like the year I'm destined to have, like the year that people expect me to have, I feel like schools like Ohio State and the other bigger schools will come.
When it comes down to it, I mean, you got plenty of time to look through all these colleges and try to make a decision. But what are some of the things that you feel like will be important to you when it comes time to not only like pick a team to play with, but maybe like a city to live in, a college campus to stay on?
Like coaching stability, how long has a coach been there, things like that. How long does he usually stay at schools? Does he have any opportunities popping up? And just the ability to play as soon as possible, because like growing up, I never really been on the bench, things like that. So it's gonna be hard, especially because I'm gonna be at the next level. So it'll be hard for me to just watch and see like people like not label me as a bust, but he's not playing right away, but he played right away in high school. So I just play so I could play like not immediately, but play probably my first 2 years, things like that.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say thanks for the time. And just so everybody knows this, Taurean York is going to be one of the rare 4-year starters at one of the highest levels in Texas high school football. Really accomplished prep star, man, and big things are ahead for you, I know. So thanks for the time, joining us tonight, and being the featured recruit of the week at Dave Campbell's Texas Football.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There he goes. That was Temple linebacker Taurean York.
I got a great nickname for Taurean as I was sitting here listening to his interview.
Do you really? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Taurean, the tackling machine.
Oh, I think that wins. That
Yeah.
was
Torian,
pretty
the
good.
tackle
That was
machine.
pretty
He's
good.
He's going to be racking up a lot of tackles for Temple this year.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at texasfootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out texasfootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at texasfootball.com/subscribe.